How's it going, guys? Chris Machi, matchmaker and vice president of Flex Fight Series. We have the new viral sensation, Jon Matos, the one and only Saljual Creations. You can follow that on Instagram. He is here with us, and we can't be more happy to speak to him. So, Jon Matos, what is the newfound fame been like? You've went viral, millions and millions of views on your post-fight speech, and I really want to get into your mind state making that speech.
Well, I mean, I like to say, and it's I went from being a nobody with 1,400 followers to being a nobody with 6,000 followers. So nothing much has changed. I'm just out there voicing my shit now. Before I was a little bit more skeptical of saying things because of how many friends I would lose and whatever else. But like it's no big deal now. I just like to say what's on my mind. I think that especially men these days, they lost their nuts, man. No one got a sack anymore. And so, I figured I would take it upon myself, as humble and as modest as I am, to go out there and speak my fucking mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that in the age of censorship, people are scared and, you're a fighter inside the cage, which obviously takes bravery and courage. And then outside of the cage, you're fighting for your beliefs, whether, they match up or not. You have to respect that, as a viewer, someone that's going to put themselves out there, and especially in this age, so I personally appreciated it. So we have Kimberly Klasick. She's going to be live in attendance, also a conservative influencer. Is that going to add any pressure? I know that you got to sit down with her and speak as well. Is that going to add any pressure, going into your fight? This is your second fight.
No, I mean, she was pretty cool. I just enjoyed talking to her. I mean, I'm glad that she's coming, but it doesn't put any pressure. I mean, at the end of the day, regardless of who's in attendance, it could be fucking Joe Biden could be in attendance. Donald Trump could be in attendance. It doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, I'm going in there to do a job, and that job is putting my fist through someone's face, and my kicks through someone's liver. So I just got to do what I got to do. And regardless of who's in the audience or whatever kind of eyes are on me.
So speaking of kicks and punches, it's not normal practice for Flex Fight Series to interview the loser. How are we going to get that mic back in your hand? Give me a fight prediction. What's this fight going to look like?
Slaughter. Nah, Erling is a cool-ass dude, though. Like, I watched his last fight. He's mad tough, so, I don't think it's going to be an easy fight in the slightest. I think I'm going to have to really be very calculated. Really do my thing. He seems like a straight shooter and a very technical guy. So I got my work cut out for me, but I predict a win regardless.
So I remember sitting down with you on a personal note and you kind of voicing to me that this was more of a bucket list thing for you, and you just it was more of a bucket list thing that you happen to be very good at. Has it turned into something more, or are we still on that? This is just a bucket list times two.
No, I mean, this is a bucket list thing. This is my hobby. Some people knit, some people collect stamps. I punch face. It's nothing crazy. It's just something I enjoy to do. So, I'm just going to go in there and do it as long as I can, keep milking it. It's honestly what I'm doing. I'm just milking it for, basically my own personal gain. And it seems kind of selfish, but it is what it is. I'm always honest. I'm always upfront, and I'm always factual. I'm just doing it so that I can get my voice out there, get my brand out there, and get some knockouts along the way.
So what is the be-all, end-all for Saljual Creations, Jon Matos? What does that look like down the road 5 years?
I want to be a pizza man. I want to own a pizza shop. I want to have a big, beautiful mustache and an apron, and I want to flip some motherfucking pies.
The simplicity of life is really the spice of life sometimes, so I can understand that. Sometimes life can get super complicated, and I love the simplistic answer of that. You seem like a guy that doesn't need too much to be happy, and I envy those guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So, let's bring it back to your voice because you keep on touching on that, and I'm glad that you do. How can we expand your voice, and do you have the desire to expand your voice and speak on the, you know, for lack of better terminology, the atrocities of today that you spoke on, in your last fight? How can we expand that, and how do you plan on expanding on that?
Look, the only way to expand is just to have good ideas. If you have bad ideas, they might expand, but for the wrong reasons. So after this fight, especially, I'm really gonna hunker down and get my research on. Get my points very fine. To the T, because there's nothing worse than going into a debate or, I mean, even just talking to someone who's relatively uninformed about the subject and not having your shit together, and then they ask a good question and you're sitting there like, well, I don't know. You know, I want to be the guy who has the answers. And although I will not have all the answers, I have opinions, opinions that happen to, be in the minds of many Americans who feel they can't speak out. And, I don't want to be a voice for them, but I want to help them or at least inspire them to speak out for themselves. So in terms of what we can do, just keep sharing it, just keep putting the word out. I mean, just keep voicing your opinions as well. Everyone, whoever is there, whoever's in the building with you right now. If you got a social media account, I mean, if you got friends, I mean, everyone has friends. Just tell your friends your point of view, and explain it coherently, explain it thoughtfully, and eventually people will follow.
Yeah, a very wise man once told me, the best men don't choose to be leaders. And I think it's kind of found you. Your voice kind of found you. And now the sword is kind of in your hand, and what are you gonna do with it? Kind of deal. So
Yeah.
let's circle back to the fight, because at the end of the day, this is Flex Fight Series. This is not political debate fight series. That'll come 2024. So have you got a chance to really watch some tape on Erling and pick his style apart? And let's just go into what you see as weaknesses and what you see as pros in as far as stylistically, because I believe styles make fights.
Yeah.
And where do you feel like you can exploit him?
I mean, the biggest thing that I'm gonna say is just my weight. I walked in the cage last time at like 175. I mean, I heard they weighed in like 151 last time. So, although he's very technical and very proficient, I'm gonna have 5 times the power advantage, and so that'll be the thing that he has to really look out for. I'm gonna have to look out for his speed and his cardio, because he obviously, I mean, that was a fucking war of a fight, his last fight, and he did a fantastic job. He fought through some adversity, some fake nut shots, with some adversity. And yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's not going to be the easiest walk in the park for me, but I will have the advantage power. So
Okay,
that's what I'm going to have to use to my advantage.
so this is going to be the average power versus speed, kind of strength versus agility style striking match. Definitely is going to make for a hard fight to bet on, that's for sure. Do you see this going to distance or a finish?
Nah, I see a finish in my future.
What round?
Hey, I won't give away too many details. All I'm going to say is that there is no game plan, and all I know is that I'm just going to be launching missiles. So that's it. I mean, that's really it. I mean, the fight, I'm just going in there to fucking show my skills. I know that he has some sort of degree belt in Taekwondo, so I know that he's gonna be doing a lot of kicks and a lot of this and a lot of that, but none of that really phases me. At the end of the day, we're going in there to hurt each other. All the respect to him, but I plan to be the one hurting him more and putting it to the floor.
Awesome. So I want to wrap this up. I'm sure that you have some training to do. Do you have a message? Do you have a message for the people listening to your platform?
Yeah, I mean, just speak your mind and never let anyone tell you that you can't. Always do what you would like to do, unless it involves hurting other people in a non-sanctioned manner. What else? To the children, follow your dreams. To the adults, follow your dreams as well. and forge your own path. That's all I got to say.
Awesome. Well, again, guys, on behalf of Flex Fight Series, we have a true patriot in Jon Matos, Sal Joao Creations. Follow him on Instagram. His following's going up by the second. Don't be a bandwagoner when he has 1 million followers. All right, follow him now. Support him early. Listen, if you want to see Jon Matos impose his will November 5th. You cannot make it to the live show. You can get the pay-per-view at www.flexfights.com. Again, that's www.flexfights.com. Make sure you select his name, support this fighter, let him know that he has support the way that he's supporting the American people. Thank you, Jon Matos.
Thank you, Chris Machi. It was my pleasure.